I just want onion rings now.
Yeah, that'd be pretty good.
Like,
some
okay,
frozen ones.
don't laugh
I
at
think
me.
I'd like onion rings if the onion wasn't one continuous loop. Like, I
Maybe
want
we
onion
slice it
bites.
up a little bit so that you don't break. Yeah, because
Yeah.
then you don't have to worry about like you have to bite
Whoa.
it really hard. to make
What's
sure.
up?
You're holding hand axe up to the wall. You have him grappled, and he's not resisting, but he is producing gold coins out of thin air.
He's waiting for Red to come down since he's kind of shown himself to be the leader of this pack.
These are scrolls too.
There's lots of stuff on these shelves. Yeah, tomes and scrolls and alchemical equipment.
Fred's not coming down.
Yeah, we're just gonna be investigating the shelves of this.
Gruul looks down at Birdie, says, "You got history with this guy?"
Yep. Birdie stabs him and says, "Stop that."
And he
Stab
lets
him
the
a little?
coins drop to the ground.
Gruul reaches down and backhands Birdie.
Raazu, what are you doing?
I just stabbed him a little. He's
Gruul
fine.
looks into hand exercise and says, "Why the fuck are you working with cultists?"
And he's still grimacing from getting stabbed. He says, "Why the fuck are you working with kobolds?"
We ask that every day. Adrex puts the torch over the hole,
Okay.
looking down into it.
And it just darkness.
He's not even looking at it.
Birdie yells back, "I love you too, Adrex."
Yeah, Adrex, you look down into this well, and yeah, it's just as far as
There's
your
darkness.
torchlight can go, there's just darkness beyond that.
Well,
So-
he obviously jumped into here.
Mhm.
Like, what's...
What's the worst that could happen, right?
All right, hand X, money talks. What are you offering?
While he's doing that, Birdie whispers to Red. He points at hand axe and explains like why he wants him alive, which is basically like, I want to know if he was responsible for
You
everyone
want him
dying.
alive and you stabbed him?
I stabbed him a little bit with a knife. It only did like 1d4 damage. He'll live.
How do you know how many points he had?
More than 1d4.
Yep.
Still talking.
Plus, I was afraid. Like, who knows what those gold coins would do? He's sitting there just making gold coins produced from air.
Bit of advice, Birdie. Don't stab people you want to keep alive.
Is that a doctor tip?
Dr. Adrex says.
Red will do what?
Riddle scoop up a pair of the gold coins, tap them against each other. They feel like real.
To
Pull your mic down.
all of your senses, they appear to be perfectly cromulent gold coins. And
Do they?
Handax sees your interest in them, and he says that he repeats that he's willing to share what his lord has given him.
Do
Who's
they?
your fucking lord?
What's next?
Red, your mic, by the way.
Have like a marking where they were pressed, or a date, or like are they just faceless?
That's, you sound like you're in a tunnel.
How about that?
There we go.
Much better.
That's better,
Uh,
yeah.
There are markings on either side of them.
Mhm.
A face on one side and some designs on the other, and what could pass for lettering around the edges. Make me either...
Are they?
Make me a
Coins.
history check.
Yep.
Do you speak Southling?
Yes.
Then, okay, then you can just make that check regular.
Say 20 on history.
20?
Let me double check. Yeah, 20.
You've seen coins before from the Southlands, from the human and dwarven kingdoms especially, and these aren't those markings. The gold seems real enough under cursory investigation, but the minting on the coins, if you had to guess, it's only there to be able to pass muster.
Mm-hmm.
Most people who use these kind of coinage north of the wall don't pay much attention to where they're minted from. All they care about is the metal that it's made from.
Right.
I have a question. Are they coins from? Could I tell if they're coins from the Dragon Horde?
You have... Go ahead and make me a history check.
That's an 11.
On 11? You're
Yeah.
pretty sure you have not seen these coins like before, but it was a big hoard. There was a lot of coins, and you weren't really allowed to get very close to it most of the time.
I'm not sure this is actually a kingdom, and that doesn't look like the way they usually write their dates.
And Hand Axe assures you that they spend well enough, and there are a lot more of them where that came from.
So wait, there's more, but there's like a number more of them? Are you teleporting coins?
Are you asking from over by the well?
Yeah. I'm mostly just standing there to make sure Adrex doesn't jump in.
He tells you that if you can assure his survival, if you don't kill him like you slaughtered all of these cultists with impunity, he'll be more than happy to share all of these details and answer all of your questions.
You planning on
And
starting another death cult?
Gwoo puts his forearm to the upper part of the to Hand Axe's chest and says, "You didn't answer my fucking question.
What'd you
Why
ask?
the fuck are you working with cultists?"
And he winces as you're kind of pushing on his rib cage, and he says that the council in the Kovnos, as usual, was dragging ass when it came to picking a replacement for the chair. He was seeking to speed that process up.
Did you start a cult or did you find a cult?
You ain't ever been
says
a
that-
captain. What makes you think that you're going to be a fucking committee on the council?
Wendy, what was your question?
Did he start a cult or did he find a cult?
No, the Kraken cult has been known to operate on the oceans, and pirates generally dislike this cult unless they are a part of it. He didn't start the cult. The cult's been here since time immemorial. He just took advantage of this cell that he knew was in existence here.
Hey, where'd that guy go? Adrex interrupts the conversation completely. He jumped into here and now he's gone.
He tells you that if you assure his life, you can also be assured that he will hunt him down and find him.
What exactly is your end game here after we assure your life? Because my understanding is the people of Kovos don't take very kindly to those who work with Kraken cultists.
And he says surely not, but a quantity of gold passing their hands will assure they have short memories.
Where did you get all this gold?
And again, he tells you it's a gift from his lord. He begins once again producing coins from his hand.
Who is your
Yeah,
lord?
Adrex, you ask who is his lord?
Yeah.
And
Is it a Kraken? I feel like it's a Kraken.
he glares down at Gwoo and he says that he's not at liberty to discuss while he's still bargaining for his life.
I think it's a Kraken. It looks like magic to me.
Why don't we start by calling off your bugbear?
Gwoo gives him a little shove against the wall and steps back.
And he goes to his knees on the ground and begins breathing regularly again. So that's a start.
So let's talk about Bosun Bob.
And he waits for you to say something about Bose and Bob.
Why is he working with these fucking cultists?
He says that he doesn't know all the details, but apparently the cult found some sort of mineral beneath the temple and suddenly found themselves in great need of a lot of skilled tunnelers to take it out of the earth.
Oh yeah. Hold on. I gotta get that stuff out of Birdie.
What?
You were stabbed, weren't you?
Oh, right, yeah.
Oh yeah, let me go ahead and roll another d4 for each of you, because it's been a... Birdie, 4 points of necrotic. Adrex, 1 point of necrotic.
All right.
Let's get that medicine
Yeah,
check,
you guys-
Adrex.
Might want to Fix that up, guys.
Nope.
How'd you do?
6.
A 6.
Yeah.
Birdie, 11 points of piercing damage, as Adrex has to dig around in the wound for a few moments to find all the pieces of this knife as it breaks and crumbles inside your wound.
Stop squirming! Stop squirming! You're making this more difficult!
I start biting him.
That's what he means by squirming.
All right. Well, why don't you start talking, and depending on how we like what you're saying, we'll decide what to do with you.
Okay. Adrex, you still do have this knife in you, too.
Yeah. Can I treat myself? Is that a thing
I'll
I can
let
do?
you make that roll at disadvantage. Treating yourself is more difficult.
This is a thing Adrex would totally try to do.
Okay.
Like, just trying, he's running around in circles, just trying to get the glass out or whatever.
Off the table. There they go.
Oh, there's nat 20.
It's 16.
16, and you managed to get your chunk of the knife out with no further damage.
See, Birdie?
Well, that was fun.
Red asks him to start talking, and he says that his liege lord has a kingdom far to the north that has a vested interest in the goings-on in the Kovnos. And he asks, how's that for a start?
I mean, I think a direction is almost as little information as you could give us.
And he says, we're still
What do you
very...
think, a time, Windy? A time would be less, like, in the far past?
What?
Birdie crosses his arms and says, I thought you worked for a dragon.
Yeah, time would probably be less.
Yeah.
What? So, Brick,
Mhm.
what is there to the north?
What is there to the north? Let me save this map, because I have a feeling you guys aren't done here yet.
Nah, probably not.
Oops, no, I don't want to load. I want to overwrite. There we go. Okay, let's load this up. So to the north, you have the Trust's End River, which runs up to a very steep cliff, an impossibly high cliff, known amongst the Aarakocra especially as being too high to fly up without exhausting oneself. And across the top of that is known to be a badlands called the Wizard's Folly. Nobody goes to this place and comes back. As far as anybody knows, there's no civilization there. There are whispers of a creature called the Lord of Blades.
So, like, when he says to the north, does he say it in such a way that he expects we know what he's talking about? Like, we're supposed to go like, whoa, you work for that guy?
He's either talking about somebody in Wizard's Folly in this area, or about a continent across the Northern Ocean somewhere, which, as far as you know, nobody has ever crossed and returned.
Okay.
So he's probably talking about someone in Wizard's Folly, but Glue doesn't know much about that, so he's not really gonna... He just knows the ocean.
He says, why don't we get out of this dreadful place and find somewhere with a nice warm wine, and we'll have a civilized chat without all of the... And he kind of eyeballs everybody while still holding their weapons. Sharp implements. He winces at the stab wound in his side.
Oh,
Here's
I'm
the
sorry. I
thing.
have all my conversations with sharp influence.
I have all my conversations in uncomfortable dark places.
Is that why you don't use a hand axe? You don't like sharp implements?
He says, God, it's just a name. Will everybody get over it, please?
I mean, I can teach you. Like, I feel like you should be using a hand axe.
No, it's true. He's taught people before.
Oh, I hate this character so much.
I love this character. He's the perfect foil for Adrex.
Is hand axe going to be the new Lois Vesterhoff?
I don't know. Lois is legendary. Hand axe is good.
So Birdie just outright asked him, so, like, why did you steal all of that gold from, what is that dragon's name?
Cure Breath.
Kierbreath.
And he looks at you, and he says, why do you continue to burn a torch for that dead husk of a thing.
I very, very,
Yeah,
very...
Wendy moves 15 feet towards Birdie and holds him back.
Like, he goes, all my friends and family are dead. I want to know what happened. Were you involved?
Handax said what happened was only what was necessary. And then he turns back to Red. And says,
I try to stab him again.
Yeah, and I'm holding him back.
Yeah.
I throw the knife.
And it clatters against his scales. He turns back to Red. He says, seems that our deal is falling apart. Perhaps you could call the hostile kobold off.
I mean, so here's where I'm standing, just so we're on the same level. Is I'm pretty sure we need to do something about you, and I'm pretty sure you're going to do your gold thing, and most people are going to be a lot easier to bribe, so I'm pretty sure we're going to have to throw you in the well with the tentacles. Glue, would you?
I like the way you think, Snake Man.
Throw him in the well with the tentacles?
Yeah.
Okay.
Roasted tries to grab him again.
Okay, he's definitely going to resist this.
Okay.
Again, you haven't said any. I told you the way this conversation goes is depending on how much we like what you say, and I don't like anything you've said so far.
I have a 19.
Wu has a 17.
17. So you try to grab him. Red, make a... At advantage, because Glue is actually actively grabbing this guy, make a Charisma Intimidation. I dropped a D4 on the floor and I have no idea where it went. So
You're going to find
That'd
it.
be a 15 on Intimidate.
15? Okay. As Glue tries to grab at him, and he sees Birdie sitting there growling and finding more knives to throw. He says, all right, very well. Very well. Give me 2 days' time, and I will fill the final council chair in Kovnos to your liking. Name someone. Who are you backing? Not Captain Eyes, for sure.
No one. Council would work much better with 5. Or 7. So I could give you 2 names.
He asks you what your interest is in the Kovnos Council.
They're the only source of authority in this part of the world, and I'd rather see that run.
Also, it really, really bothers him that they can have a split vote.
Ow! Okay, I found that D4.
Also, to be honest, if it wasn't for them, the oceans would be awash in Southlings.
It's probably true. He says that will be difficult, but doable. He'll see to it that the council decides not to select another chair. Red, roll an insight check.
Mm-hmm.
Didn't we promise her?
It's a 30.
Yeah, we did.
You guys promise a lot of things to a lot of people. How'd you do?
30.
He seems
Everyone else
sincere.
was free to speak up before Red could.
Well, yeah, no, that's the
I
thing.
couldn't remember. I was.
Yeah, all I could remember was the
That's
name
fine.
Terra, and that was. I thought that's who we were going for. But apparently, Red's got his own fucking plans.
He seems sincere, and he definitely seems to have the ability to make this happen if he's able to just produce limitless gold.
Mm-hmm.
But he's hiding something, as he says. Yeah, you think he agreed way too quick. You get the feeling, a really bad feeling, like this situation with only 5 on the council will greatly benefit him somehow.
I
Like
think it was
he's
strangely
strangely okay with that.
7, and we put her.
Yeah, so we
As
put
one of
Tara and we put what? Mom. The place should have some speaking for themselves for a change. The actual town.
So now
Birdie
you're trying
turns-
to sell him on 7?
Yep, Mom and Tara.
Birdie turns to Adrex and says, "Listen, like he's involved in everyone I know and loving dying. Can we throw him in the well with the tentacle, please? I'm trying to like. I'm
And
asking
Handax
Adrex.
says, and if you throw me into that well, then I can't make my magic happen with the council.
Birdie says, I don't particularly care.
And then he looks at Red, and very confidently he says, then it seems that I'm at your mercy.
Hey, Red.
Yeah.
When we came here, the council seemed to buy that whoever was here was the cause of this mess, right?
Tara thought that, and I'm assuming she can convince them, but...
The swing vote right now is Cragtier, the Hobgoblin, who wants to see proof, one way or the other, whether there's a cult operating or whether it was Captain I's ship.
And we kind of had that.
Cragtier was extremely aware that we all spent our time in town before we left, right? So if we came back
think
with,
so.
let's say a dead hand axe, problem solved?
Probably need a bunch of these cult. We probably need a bunch of relics from this cult so they can properly be destroyed. But yeah,
We could dress him up in
I
one
let go
of
of
those.
Birdie.
We can dress him up in one of those robes we found upstairs. Birdie's getting real excited now.
well, we do have the one with the broken leg to bring back too.
Yeah, I mean that's our proof right there.
It'd be a whole lot easier if you just let me throw a hand axe on his face.
Wait,
No, that would just make you happy.
like it.
It would be
Nobody's
not
holding
usually-
him right now at this moment?
Sure,
No.
but he's pinned. Like he'd have to brush through a lot of people if he was going to start.
But nobody's
booking it.
physically holding him.
No,
Who's closest, Birdie and Glue?
I
Looks
think
that
Glue,
way, yeah.
because Glue tried to grab him,
Yeah.
and yeah, Birdie would probably still be right there.
Okay. Very quickly, you see him reach down to his belt, where he has several pouches, and he pulls a platinum coin from one of them. And while you all are sitting here discussing all of the wonderful and brutal ways you can kill him and how you don't actually need to bring him back alive, he rubs this coin between his fingers, and it turns red, glows hot and bright, and then vanishes in smoke.
Does he actually? I
No.
blow air in his area.
He doesn't vanish. The coin in his hand vanishes. He took this coin out and began rubbing it. It started glowing like red hot, and then it vanished into thin air.
What the fuck was that?
And he says, now you kill me at your own peril. And he sits on the ground, crosses his legs.
I shoot him.
You shoot him.
Yeah.
Wendy, no.
I would.
He did that before. He sat on the ground. Oh, I've done all my tricks. Now he has a coin. What's the next thing he pulls out?
So you're killing hand axe. That's enough for him.
Yeah, I'm done with hand axe.
And Wendy just
Can we?
quickly puts
Can
an
we
arrow
please-
into his neck and one into his chest. Hand axe slumps over and gurgles out his last breath.
I'm a little
Boon
upset.
turns and goes to shove Wendy against the pillar.
Yeah,
Birdie's-
Red'll intervene there. That's enough of that.
The fuck do you want me to do? You know,
We
despite you know how he has no political power, he still has a lot of money to throw around.
So, question.
Exactly. We
Like-
keep going places and making deals with people like this, and everything gets worse. I'm sick of it.
What is this?
I don't disagree. I'm gonna go start looking over his corpse.
Okay.
Like, you specifically asked Adrex if he wanted to stand here, so I'm wondering
Is
what
Glue
this
standing
fuck-
there now?
Like the Glue gestures to like you just literally had a golden ticket to control the council of the Kovnos, and
The
you
more
just
pressing
threw it away.
question, Glue, is are you standing on this slab?
No, I wasn't. I was moving toward. I was
Okay.
moving toward Wendy. I wasn't
Just making
actually standing
sure.
on this.
Someone's got to stand on that slab now.
Someone's gonna do it.
I'm very upset that you chickened out.
I let you go like a minute before he did the coin thing. You had your chance.
So what's next? You're going over his body?
Yeah.
And I didn't roll this before now. He's carrying 66 gold on his person, in addition to the 12 or 13 coins that he produced that landed on the ground. Standard longbow and a quiver of arrows. Nothing else much of value. I mean, he's wearing very nice clothes because he's technically nobility, but seems when he came down to do his dealings with the Kraken priest, he didn't bring anything particularly valuable with him.
Alright, so what do we need out of this place? There's those 2 chests, there's all of these whatnot, we need the evidence, we need his body. Seems like there's a couple of trips. We probably should hurry up. I'm a little bit worried about whatever that platinum coin was about.
You know what I'm worried about is what's going to happen when we go marching back into town with Hand Axe's body in tow.
Who said
And
we were...
evidence that a Kraken cult just caused that giant wave?
And a whole lot of his buddies who's he's paid off are going to want to stab us for that.
It's a good thing he's not around to pay them off even more.
Also, like, we could just say we found him dead.
I have a better idea. Adrex picks
What's
up
your
the
idea?
gun and goes over to the well.
You're going to throw him in the well?
Don't.
What do you mean don't? He's dead. We don't need him.
Actually, we do.
If he suddenly vanishes out of Kovnos, like, is that really a problem?
I think it would be better to have the evidence that he was part of this. I mean, I think that just will make it easier to clean up at the end.
What evidence do we have?
A dead body and all of these cultists, whatever else we can salvage from this place that makes it obvious.
I mean, we could also dress his dead body up in a robe.
I don't think we need to. I think we leave the story as simple as we can get it. We're not
Yep.
trying to convince tricky people here. Like, these are straightforward.
We came
Got
down
dead
here, we
body.
found him working with cultists, we murdered. It's not even a lie.
I'm bored now.
Birdie,
Going
make a
up here.
religion check if you're searching those shelves. Adrex, is his body going down the well?
No. But he is going to throw a hand axe at it.
Got him.
Rage.
Thor gets the hand axe, hits hand axe.
That's a 19.
That wasn't as satisfying as I'd hoped.
Just going over these tomes and things, a lot of these are written in a language that you don't speak. I mean, you haven't even seen this alphabet before. But from what you can tell, there's a lot of diagrams of ocean-going vessels being assaulted by a wide variety of sea monsters. These guys were really, really into sea monsters. And what strikes you is that a lot of this is very, very old and written on a very large variety of like types of parchment from different places around the world. These Kraken's tentacles spread over vast, vast distances of time and geography.
There anything about creating giant waves?
I can't read that stuff. I'm just gonna start stuffing scrolls in my backpack.
We've got
Maybe-
treasure chests over here to
Maybe
deal
there's
with.
pictures.
Yeah.
Oh.
Hey, Birdie.
Yeah.
I'm sorry that we didn't get better answers for you about your dragon and your family.
That's okay. Like, I have a lead. He
Going
works
through
for
the fun
somebody up
room?
north.
Yeah, who is all going through the fun room?
We all are.
Well, let's see how much
I'll
fun
have
we
to
can
eventually.
have.
It was Adrex, Birdie, then Red, and then Wendy.
Oh, I got a 20 here. Who was the fourth one through?
That was
Wendy?
Wendy.
Wendy.
Wendy. You're grabbed by a tentacle and grappled.
Glue goes and chops at it with his great axe and rolls. Not very great. That's a 12.
Wendy, Gru saves your life by chopping this tentacle in half.
Thank God.
Okay.
And sorry, what are these statues down this way again?
Thank Glue.
These are not statues. These are
These-
stone pedestals, and each one has a candle sitting on it that are all burnt out, except this one back here is still lit. But the pedestals have skulls on them, small humanoid skulls. And you hear like a writhing, wormy sound inside of each one.
Got it. All right, let's see what's in these treasure chests.
Okay.
While they're opening that, I'm gonna check the 2 locks on this other one. I'm gonna open the 2 locks.
Okay, make that roll.
Do the keys that I'm carrying fit?
I mean, you can try as soon as Birdie fails these rolls.
That's a 15 on both.
Okay, and you don't get a chance because Bird opens the lock. You,
And I
again,
tried.
with some strength,
That's
you
a good
remove
key.
these padlocks. And Adrex, in red, you're pulling this one open.
Yeah.
Yep.
It takes a great amount of strength. You've got to push down on this metal panel to get enough grip on it to slide it out. And it does have a groaning, scraping sound as you open it up. And inside is just a writhing mass of flesh and tentacles that looks similar to the balls that you found in the stone doors in the caves up above.
Oh, that's where those come from.
Ka-thunk.
You slide the thing back in.
Yeah.
Okay.
Slide
Unless
over
there's,
the other
something
one.
unless there's something underneath it.
Unless you want to reach into the mass of writhing, burning flesh.
Nope.
Are these burning or not?
No, just weird moving balls of tentacles.
I mean, unless Gru wants to burn them with the torch.
Not particularly.
All right. Let's try the other one.
And the other one has the same stuff inside of it.
Man, why are they in a damn chest?
All right. Adrex, hold on to me. I'm going to reach my arm in and see if there's anything else in there.
Okay.
And you reach your arm in, and it's extremely disgusting. You
Yep.
fish around for a few moments, and you don't feel anything else in this chest.
Nope. Just the flesh.
All right. Let's get the hell out of here.
Did the cultists we killed down here have those?
They all carried a holy symbol and 2 black daggers.
Do we want to get all the holy symbols together?
Like, I
I'm
don't
kind
have
of
a
curious
buff.
as to what will happen if I throw that one of those flesh balls onto that slab over there.
Yeah, all right. Go
Okay.
for it.
I'll chuck it across the room.
It takes a few tries to get one to land on the slab.
I mean, yeah, you're going to have to throw a bunch of them because you're blind and...
All right, a little bit further.
All
A
right,
little more to the left.
all
So-
right.
You land with a wet plop. It hits where that irregularly shaped slab is sitting.
Yeah.
And nothing seems to happen.
Huh? What happened?
Nothing.
Why am I shouting? You're right here. What's going on over here with these things?
I don't know. You said there's a candle lit here?
Yes, in the back.
Yeah.
It's burning down fairly quickly.
Oh,
I see why that
blow it out.
hobgoblin of yours carried a whip.
I blow it out.
You blow it out. Now it's dark back here.
All right. My job's done.
I'll step over towards the well, see if there are any tentacles still in there.
Sure are.
Huh.
Not with a 4, though. It doesn't lash onto you.
All right, Adrex, do you think you can carry this body up through the wall?
Ugh.
Like, how high
Fuck.
is the wall? Like,
About
get
12
up.
feet.
how the hell am I going to get up there?
There are handles in the
handles.
back.
Oh, okay.
Gru takes out some rope and decides he probably lash it to Adrex's back where he can like fireman carry him while having his arms free.
What was this?
That was the
There's like
terror. The mesh of terror.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The tentacle horror.
I'll take a birdie and run up the wall.
Wait, you have our ocean. You have our ocean water.
So we're going
Wait,
back
is-
upstairs?
Yeah.
I'm going to need many, many drinks to wash the taste of salt water out of my mouth.
Yeah.
You come back
Yeah,
up
that-
into the caves.
And then
A
we go
gulp
here
of
to the
salt
side
water
room here.
burning down your throat.
Is there anything we hadn't searched in this area yet?
I think
We gotta get the
No,
loot.
but grab those 2 empty barrels.
I'm not much of a barrel holder.
Why do you want the barrels?
We're gonna fill them with silver and roll them out of here.
Oh,
Okay.
I like the way you think.
I mean, this one's full of. These 2 are full of salt. We could dump them out and use them too.
And there's
Birdie pushes one of the barrels over.
It's coming back into the loot room. It's a disorganized treasury. The largest pile of treasure in one of the corners is just a gigantic pile of silver coins.
Right. I want to take inventory of everything else and fill the 2 barrels with silver and roll them out.
Okay, roll initiative.
Silver mimic.
Yeah.
It's a goddamn mimic.
I feel like we already fished a potion out of here.
Oh,
You did.
Potion mimic. Who drank that one?
No one. It's on my pocket. Oh, pocket mimic.
No, I don't have to move. That's where I am. Cool.
Yeah, same.
Just use this
That's
blue one
convenient.
here.
I'm gonna go ahead and put myself in here since I was.
I will say, I think I
inventorying
roll a
the
15 an unlikely amount of times. Like, mathematically.
Birdie is surprised.
I cannot be surprised.
Are
cannot
we
be surprised. What do you
surprised?
do?
Are we really surprised?
So I'm gonna go here and what is this?
That's
What
a
do I
pile of
see?
silver coins that Red is starting to scoop into a barrel.
Oh. Well, I don't have any reason to.
Is it glaring with ill intent?
Like, there's no reason for me to shoot it, so I'm
Okay.
not.
Red is surprised. Gu is also surprised.
Yep.
And Red.
Mhm.
I have a 16 to hit.
Miss.
Miss. I have a less than 16 to hit.
Also miss.
As suddenly 2 lashes made entirely out of silver fire out at you from the pile, try to whip at you. And you manage to not get whipped. Wendy is surprised, Adrex is surprised, and we're back to Birdie.
Is there a kraken in there? I hear whipping.
I'll shoot it
Okay.
It's a silver mimic.
with my bow.
Is it pretending to be silver?
Yes.
That is
Is it made out of silver?
24 to hit.
Yes.
24
Does that spend?
does hit.
Yeah.
Is a silver mimic worth exactly as much as just normal silver? Can we just sell it?
That's 26 damage, piercing, magical.
Okay, well, let me get calc.exe because that's a hard number.
Excuse me.
Do you have a calc button on your keyboard?
Not on my laptop, I don't.
Oh, I do. I have one of mine.
I might one of the function keys, maybe. I have it on my little hotbar down there. You fire an arrow into this silver that just lashed out at Red, and the arrow hits it as though it's made of flesh, and you see ripples throughout this pile of silver. And you're pretty certain it's a mimic. It's going to bring us to Red.
I'll pull out my rapier and ready in action to stab it once one of my is next to it.
Okay. Gua.
Hey, look at that.
All right, that triggers Red's action.
Hits an armor class of 20.
That will hit.
For 24 piercing damage.
Okay.
Okay.
The thing convulses in pain. Moving or staying put?
That was a reaction.
That was a
That
reaction.
was a
It's
reaction.
still-
That's right.
It's still Guu's turn.
Whose turn?
That's an 18 to hit.
That will hit.
Gonna chop at silver with a big old fuck off axe. That's,
Everybody
14
come
damage.
glue fuck.
14 damage.
And then extra attack.
Okay.
Guu's a little bit tuckered out. He can't rage again until he takes a rest.
He's just not mad at the silver.
No.
This is just funny.
No. Yeah. 17 hit?
It does, yes.
Okay, then. Pleased to be enjoying another 7 damage.
Okay. And moving or staying put?
I'm going to shift around here.
All right.
Give room for someone else to come in.
Gwu.
Hey.
I have a 23.
Yep.
Okay. 5 points of bludgeoning damage, and you are grappled as this sticky, silvery tentacle wraps around one of your legs and holds you in place. Then the thing pulls a longsword out from inside the pile of coins and brandishes it around in one of its lashing tentacles and strikes you. That'll hit an 18.
Yep.
Oh no, the mimics are evolving.
For 13 points of slashing damage.
Fuck!
This is not a Vorpal blade.
It's not, but it is a very ornate looking sword.
Oh no, I don't worry. I'm already taking it.
Glue is bloodied.
Glue is bloody. That's going to bring us to Windy.
Yeah. I'm gonna get a replacement. If the captain takes this one too. God help me. Yeah, I'm gonna try to cut that tentacle off. I want that long sword. Blowing wind in his face. That's fine. One of them will hit. 4. Uh, 15 magical slashing.
And you slash through this tentacle and sever it. But before the longsword can fall to the ground, another one reaches out and grabs it.
Ah!
Moving or staying put?
I'm staying put.
Okay. Adrex. This thing has single-digit hit points. You're making all your attacks at disadvantage because you've got a fucking Dragonborn lashed to your back. Movement's very difficult for you.
You could probably hit
Adrex.
someone with him.
There's a very exasperated sigh. Why does this thing exist?
He squeezes hand axe like a tube of toothpaste to get the breath weapon out.
Oh.
I am throwing a hand axe.
No, when you say a
Yeah,
hand axe...
But he lashed you. You can't.
Oh my god.
Oh, this NPC. At least he's dead, Brick Road.
I have a second hand axe.
You have a third hand axe.
I do.
There you go.
That's a 21.
Can you do less than 3 damage?
Yeah,
Yeah? Okay.
I
How much
can. I
damage?
can do 2.
How much damage? If you do 2
Oh,
damage, I'm gonna laugh so hard.
No, I'm fucking with you.
Okay. And the
Yeah,
pile
he's
of
very
silver
dead.
dies, and the illusion drops, revealing it to be just a worthless pile of mimic flesh. But the sword remains.
I catch it as it falls out of the air.
No,
Do a
it hits
fist
the floor.
pump. Whatever, I'm a monk. I pick things up out of the air as class feature.
The rest of the treasure remains, though, a smattering of. Hold on, let me get you the list here. Gathering it all up, 1,353 copper pieces.
Wait, can you give me that number again?
1,353.
CP, okay.
942 silver.
Okay,
125 gold.
okay.
6 platinum.
Yep.
6 gems worth 25 gold apiece.
Okay,
You already took a potion of greater healing out of here.
yes.
You have potion P, which you actually have already identified as a potion of growth.
I mean, give that to Adrex.
Potion Q, which I do not believe you've identified yet.
Okay.
And scroll G in this horde.
I mean, I will
And-
take the other 2.
I'll kind of turn towards Glue and say, generally, we split everything evenly and leave it up to the Kobold to figure out what the magic shit does.
Glue shrugs and says, as long as I get my cut, I'm fine.
So, Glue,
Birdie, Mouse, I'll cut you.
technically, depending on whether you consider yourself a member of this adventuring party or whether you consider this adventuring party to be an arm of the deceit, where does Glue fall on that spectrum? Is he willing to take 1/5 of this treasure and keep it for himself? Or does this need to be split along the lines of the deceits, like ship Constitution?
That's a tough question.
'Cause if it's the latter, Red should get no shares of this treasure. Birdie should get, I think, 1 share. You should get 1 share. Windy, Adrex, and Windy and Adrex should get a share and a half. Is how it would break down.
Yeah, you know what? Yeah, we'll do it that way.
And I say, you got it, Glue. We'll give you your 1 share. We'll take the other 4, and we'll split it appropriately once you leave. Glad we could come to an agreement.
Birdie has the potion in the scroll in his hand, and he's just like, cool.
So you took. Wait, let me make sure I got this marked. I do try to keep track of who has what magic item.
Okay, so yeah. So
Potion
that was
P we gave to Adrex. Is that correct? Because it's the large potion.
Adrex, do you want a potion of growth?
You silly party. Of course I do.
Okay.
All right.
Potion Q, Birdie took that.
Yep, and scroll G.
Parliamentary inquiry.
Yeah.
Yes.
Can we get a rune from a potion?
With the extract rune spell, yes, but I don't know if anybody here knows how to do that.
Okay.
Well, we got the
Because imagine Adrex with a growth spell.
I mean, I'm gonna be honest with you. If anyone was gonna learn, oh wait, no, we have the stone of extract.
the
growth.
spellstone. Yeah.
Yeah, so we can do that once a day.
Yes, you can.
So question, what was the other, not the P, but the other potion?
Q.
Potion Q. It's
Quebec.
filled. It's actually not a potion. It's filled with a vapor instead of a liquid.
All right,
Okay.
Brick, you have any problem with us just giving 1/5 to Glue, putting the rest on the party loot sheet?
This is between you and Glue.
Because I'm assuming Glue isn't going to be a permanent member of the party.
You can assume whatever you like. I'm not taking any part in this argument.
Glue, you want me to tell you what the number is that Glue has, and then we'll put the rest on the party loot sheet?
As long as you tell him he's doing that.
Yeah. All right, so I'll work out that number for you.
Okay, thank you.
No problem.
Let me load in a tablet here because you can see the rune on the scroll. So let me preemptively apologize for crashing.
Crashing tabletop?
Yeah, I mean, you know how
Just
that
letting the
goes.
rest of the party know. I'm going to be splitting ties in favor of Glue.
That's why.
Because we're absolutely going to take that potion and scroll.
Mm-hmm.
And fair enough, is my opinion.
I mean, it's already in my pocket. Like,
I mean, you pay him more. I'm down for that.
it's already in my pocket. It's not coming out.
Ever. He's not even going to try to
Never.
identify it.
Wow, that actually disconnected me.
Oh yeah, no,
Oh, I'm
I
sorry.
disconnected
I'm
too.
sorry.
Yeah.
Yeah, I didn't mean for that to happen.
That's
Link
fine.
it. Link
can
it in party
Just try
chat
to
or something.
reconnect because I have to upload the file first because for some reason I
Yeah,
didn't do it.
I'll give the number in party chat.
All right, I was able to get back in.
Yep, I'm rejoining.
Okay. Tablets are just finicky in tabletop. They do dumb things sometimes.
It is what it is.
Yeah, you know how it is.
Hey, someone should sign into Google.
No,
Oh wow, there were just boobs on the front page of Immigrant. That was cool.
that's goose cut.
That's Glue's cut.
All right.
Hmm.
And the rune you see on this scroll, he said, stalling for 10 more seconds.
Just speak really slowly.
There you go.
You will get there. Did you see Adrex made his own rune? It was really cool.
Yeah,
I saw that.
you didn't hear me? When I talked about it earlier?
No, I
I
didn't.
didn't get the rune, so. Oh, there we go.
In my notes, all of the rune pieces have like little names, so I can name my Photoshop layers. And I decided I've named yours Bunny Ears, Horrible Spiky Tree, and Row of Boobs.
Hands.
Did you say rove boobs?
Row of Boobs, yeah.
McDohl with your
of
hand.
boobs. Okay.
Okay.
271. 25 gold.
Row of
Okay.
6. 2 plat.
All right, is there anything else you guys need to do down here in these terrible caves?
I think we've explored everything.
Okay, so you're taking back Hand Axe's body and the one
The
cultist
prisoner.
Yeah. There were corpses I was going to harvest for poison on the way out.
There are less of them. Well, no, I guess you killed the hag too. So
Yeah.
Yeah, let me.
And I'm gonna,
Can we harvest the hag for poison?
No, she's not.
before we leave, I'm gonna, like, we're not leaving any of those daggers behind, right? We should probably just break them.
Yeah.
How many are you already carrying?
I'm carrying
Boon's got
one.
8.
8.
There are a whole bunch down in the temple we didn't pick up.
But the hag also had a bunch on her person. Roll 2d6.
Yeah, that's right.
And that's how many the
2.
hag had.
7.
Okay, so she had 7 completed daggers that she was trying to make off with. The way that I had that encounter scripted was these guys in 10 were going to stab you, and then once their knife was gone, was going to run in here and get another one. And I just had... They have unlimited knives in there. They can keep running back and forth if it comes to that.
That's fair.
What
But
do
that
I
didn't
roll
work out.
to try and harvest poison? What's the poisoner's DC?
There are 12 grungs.
Mhm.
There is a 20% chance per grung you can get useful poison out of them.
And what's the effect of the poison?
It is... It's called Grung Skin Poison. It's a contact poison. It's a Constitution saving throw, DC 12, or poisoned for 1 minute. They can repeat the save at the end of each turn as long as they're no longer in contact. But if you coat a weapon with it and stab them, they can't not be in contact.
Okay.
It's much deadlier if it's put on a weapon than if you just like rub the frog skin on them, which would just be gross. So there are 12 grungs, and you have a 20% chance per grung. So you guys are going to deliver this prisoner and hand axe or hand axe's body, I guess, to Cragtier as your proof that this cult was in fact operating there.
Yep.
Okay.
Yep. And, the daggers would be a good measure, too.
Do you keep
And
any of the
Nodal.
daggers for yourselves?
Nah.
Yeah, Red was going to keep one. Red has a collection of bizarre daggers.
You have
Yeah,
a
I think
dragon.
we keep one just for Birdie to experiment with too.
Okay.
And last one.
Load in this map.
Ah!